Once upon a time, all of England waited for the birth of a suitable heir to the throne because, in part, if the royal woman in question couldn't produce, thankfully, times have changed since the Tudors, but it's still hard to imagine any newlywed under as much procreation pressure as the former commoner Kate Middleton. After months of having her belly stared at sternly by Queen and tabloid alike, a gasp of joy spread through Britain's vast empire of princess fans today, and ABC's Lama Hassan has the latest on the royal baby.
Ever since they walked down the aisle, it's been the source of endless fascination and speculation. When would William and Kate produce a royal heir? Well, today, 20 months after the wedding, an answer.
That's amazing. Wow, congratulations to the both.
I'm quite overcome actually. It's really exciting because,
Oh, it's emotional. You're happy for them. You're happy for the couple. Last week, she was playing field hockey at her former school. This afternoon, the news announced only after the Duchess of Cambridge was admitted to hospital with a condition called hyperemesis gravidarum, or HG. The palace today said, as the pregnancy is in its very early stages, Her Royal Highness is expected to stay in hospital for several days and will require a period of rest thereafter.
This is extreme, excessive, intractable vomiting or throwing up that is going on several times an hour all day long, and potentially it is a very serious situation.
William spent several hours by Kate's side, seen here leaving earlier this evening. And after centuries of rigid tradition, this royal child will be third in line to the throne, regardless of whether it's a boy or a girl, thanks to new legislation about to be passed by Parliament.
It is Kate's duty to provide an heir to the throne, but she doesn't have the same pressure in the sense that she's not required to produce a boy anymore.
This baby is really important because I think this baby is the beginning of the super-modern monarchy. This is what the Queen has devoted her life for. So it is historically very important.
Tonight, there's even talk of twins, increasing the confusion over the line of succession. It was Kate's diagnosis, HG can indicate a higher possibility of twins, that started the speculation.
We know that it tends to be more common in women carrying multiples, so women who are pregnant with twins or triplets. You can see definitely some hyperemesis in those women.
The third in line to the throne will be the child that is actually born first, even if it's just by a couple of minutes.
In any event, Prince Harry will be farther from the throne. He is said to have been informed by email while still on military duty in Afghanistan. From the moment they were engaged, Kate and William said they wanted children.
I think we'll take it one step at a time. We'll sort of get over the marriage thing first and then maybe look at the kids. But obviously, you know, we want a family. So, you know, we'll have to start thinking about that.
Everyone else has been thinking about it as well. She kept the world guessing, looking for clues. Water instead of wine, declining a peanut paste when on offer. And then there were those close encounters. Kate stroking a baby.
He's 3 weeks old today.
The palace had to swing into action and release the information earlier than they probably had intended. Kate is less than 12 weeks pregnant. Prime Minister David Cameron got tipped off earlier today.
I got a little note, came into a meeting I was having, and I found it quite difficult to keep it to myself.
It's been 3 decades since the media and the masses were a frenzy about Princess Diana's pregnancy with William. Back then, the secret was out even more quickly.
Diana very charmingly told everyone. And she said, I've got the most dreadful morning sickness. Diana suffered from morning sickness too, and she was totally miserable at the beginning of her pregnancy.
One thing's for sure, this baby is going to create a media storm. Tonight, they're already clambering outside Kate's hospital.
Diana certainly broke the mould when it came to royal parenting. They laughed together. They had a very tight, close bond, which Charles wasn't fortunate enough, I suppose, to have with his mother when he was still a child because she was busy doing the job of being queen. It was a different world, it was a different time. I certainly think we're going to see a lot more of the Diana-style parenting from Kate than the old-fashioned way that Charles had.
They've spent much of the last year celebrating the Queen's Diamond Jubilee as her ambassador abroad on the 60th year of her reign. Now Queen Elizabeth is awaiting the birth of a great-grandchild.
She'd been married a year. She'd done what was expected of her, and I think she wanted to start a family as soon as possible.
And in this betting mad land, there's so much speculating ahead. Boy or girl? What about a name?
I wanted to be named Daisy after me. And Finn. I thought Minnie William might be sweet.
We have months to go. Let the wagering begin. For Nightline, I'm Lama Hassan in London.